Greetings. This is Doc Ock coming at you live and direct from Black Facts Headquarters Central here this evening in the heart of it all. That's right. We're here in the great state of Ohio, the only state in the union that starts the same way it ends, with a great big fat zero. Now, does that mean Ohio ain't about nothing? No, it does not mean that. It just means that this is the heart of it all. You can draw a great big circle around it and then put a dot right in the middle. Ohio, the heart of it all. So let's go ahead and get this party started. You know what time it is. Don't make us give you a quiz just so you can be a whiz. You know what to do. It's time to be about your biz. It's time to go ahead and subscribe to the Tubular Black Facts channel right here on YouTube. Next up, let's go ahead and share the word of the day. And the word of the day today is just this: everything's everything. And that's one of Dr. Crosby's sayings as well. The father of Black History Month, everything's everything. If you ask him, how's everything doing? He said, everything's everything. Now, what does that mean? If I have to tell you, it's too late. Okay, it's too much for you. You're not going to get it even if I tell you. So you're just going to have to do the best you can to figure that one out. Everything's everything. Now let's move ahead right on with it to our poem of the day, or the poem of the night, as the case may be, from the book Voice of Freedom, Fannie Lou Hamer. Now, we decided to read this book from the rooter to the tutor because it is such a bad motor scooter. So we started off with the very first poem in here that was about Sunflower County, Mississippi. That's right. If you want to say it right, you got to call it Mississippi, not Mississippi. Now, see, that tells you, that tells everybody you ain't from down there, because everybody down there, you're going to say it Mississippi. That's right. Like it's a sippy cup. That's a female, Mississippi. All right, so here we go. This one is called Delta Blues. I was just 6 when I dragged my first bag down a row of cotton. My family, all 22 of us, worked in the field. Wasn't no other work to do. They didn't have no such thing as factories. These factories are something new. From sun up to sundown, due to dark can see to camp, 20-foot sacks over our shoulders down miles of rows. We bent to pluck the cotton blossoming out as 100-degree heat beat our backs and dried bristles cut our knuckles and wrists. We picked 15 tons of cotton a season, but couldn't get ahead for our lives. You see, the scale was always tipped in the owner's favor. Our so-called share of the crop never be enough to pay back the money that we borrowed from the owner for seed, food, clothing, and supplies. So you see, there wasn't no other way to be except in debt. Some sorry situation every season. Black people work so hard and we ain't got nothing to show for it. I told anyone who would listen, sharecropping was just slavery by a gentler name. The same folks still had us in chains. And there you have it, in a nutshell. Voice of Freedom, all about Fannie Lou Hamer and her life down south in Mississippi. Now, before anybody starts to get kind of trippy, let's see what other stories we got in here. Whose story can we read tonight? Okay. All right, here we go. Now, many of these stories are being read by the children of the people that are being interviewed. But this particular one looks as though like the interviewer was someone who knew the person but didn't know him very well, because it appears as though they didn't even really know their name. So let's see what Brendan Byrne has found out about Jacqueline Wilson. Hi, I'm Brendan Byrne here with, then Jacqueline says, Mrs. Jacqueline Wilson. Brendan, so what do you remember about things back in the olden days? Making it sound like it was 100 years back. Jacqueline, back in the olden days, and it wasn't really that long ago, but when I was your age, all the black children went to a different school from the white children. Brendan, okay, how were the black schools different from the white schools? Jacqueline, well, it was hard to tell because we didn't get to compare and contrast. Brendan, maybe you just thought it was better. My mom says the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. She told me that means you always think the things you can't have are better than what you do have. Jacqueline, that's funny you say that because their grass really was greener. The white school had beautiful, beautiful green grass on its playground. I lived a half block from that school and they wouldn't let us play on it even after school. Sometimes we sneaked on with our bicycles because it was just so beautiful. Brendan, it was right near your house, so why couldn't you play? Jacqueline, we just couldn't understand why. And of course, our mother told us that was the law, that we couldn't go to school with white children and we couldn't play on their playground. And looking at that playground, you were certainly curious about what other things they had in the white schools that we didn't have in our schools. Brendan, but there was no way of knowing for sure. Now, was there? Jacqueline, no, but we had an idea. All of our books had other schools, white schools, names in them. And this long list of kids who had used them before us. The materials we got, the sports equipment, the art supplies, things like that, were not as good, almost always used. It made you feel like you weren't good enough to have new things, like you always came second. Brendan, I'm going to tell my mom your story. The grass was greener. Jacqueline, yes, it was. Yes, it was. Brendan, all right, this is Brendan Byrne with Mrs. Jacqueline Wilson. That's all, folks. Yeah. Interesting story, Brendan. Interesting perspective as well. But apparently not as accurate as we would have liked. So since we do have a little bit more time, I'll read a little bit more from this book, Oh Freedom. And this interview is Dana Little with Loretta Butler. Dana, this is Dana Little, and I'm here with Dr. Loretta Butler. Dr. Butler, did you ever have to sit in the back of the bus? Loretta, yes, I had to sit in the back of the bus many, many times in Virginia, also in New Orleans. Dana, how come, Dr. Butler, you couldn't just sit anywhere you want? I mean, you're a doctor and everything, for heaven's sake. Loretta, you see, under segregation as a black person, you were not protected. Your rights were not protected. In fact, it was just the opposite. The law could be used against you even if you practiced simple courtesy. Dana, like what? Well, one time I was on a bus and I saw a very big, very pregnant black woman standing on the bus. It was very hot and she looked so very tired. So I sat right down in the white section And then I got up and told her to sit down in the seat I had just taken. Dana, Dr. Butler, did anyone try to arrest you? Loretta, no, they didn't do that to me. Maybe because I was really helping the pregnant woman. But the point is that they could have, and that was wrong. Dana, thanks for telling me this, Aunt Lo. Loretta, you're welcome. Give me a hug, sugar. That's right. She got a hug from her sugar booger. All right. So we still have quite a bit of time left. Maybe, you know what? I'm going to read a story or a poem from another book we got over here. I'm going to read one more poem from a book we got over here. These are poems that I was reading last month because I focused on reading poems from the island of Jamaica. Oh, here goes one here. Okay, here goes one here. Let's see, make sure I know where this is going. All right. Where's Shorty Day? Oh, this poem is called Boo. Where's Shorty there? Where's Shorty there? Shorty, come here, my dear. Put me head into your lap and run your finger through me hair. I want to ask you something, Shorty, and I want you answer true. When I pass some people nowadays, what make them holler boo? Is them king, them leader, where I slip up? What I do? Talk out plain and tell me, Shorty gal. I no go vex with you. I take up too much upon me head? Yes, Shorty, that is true. I did want for prove how great I is, and all I get is boo. That is enough for send me crazy, enough for make me temper boil. What you say, gal? Oh, the radio? Yes, turn it on, me child. Them there cheer and clap somebody. That is nice, wonder is who. What that? Listen, Shorty, hear there? Hear the radio say, boo? Is a plot, a dirty gang plot, is a great conspiracy. Is me enemy them plotting, gains me life and safety. Where me gone there? Past them make I. Past them make I. Blow this radio in two. And gnaw low him for stay in me own house and tell me boo. Come back, Shorty, me no mad gal, but me nerves turn so mud, and a dose of big fraid take me anytime I hear with the word. No run away from me, Shorty, me no mad. Sit down, me dear, put me head in your lap and run your finger through me hair. Ooh-wee. Did I tell you what? That one right there, that one actually made my jaw hurt. Yeah, it was so difficult to read, it made my mouth literally hurt. Physically, got physical pain right there in my jaw. But neither here nor there. Let's move on because we don't have much longer before it's going to be time for me to get gone. So all I need to say right now is something to you little ones. Every last one of you needs to take your little head and lay it on your little pillow on your little bed while you close those your eyes and wait on that sun to rise. And when you feel those sunbeams beaming down on your eyes, you'll know that it's time for you to rise and shine, oh chillin' of mine. And in the meantime, what you need to do is just don't be blue. And that goes for you adults out there too. As a matter of fact, the way you can keep me from being real blue is to go ahead and make a donation to blackfacts.org. You can do it at our website. We got a donation link. You can do it on Facebook. We got links all over the place, including right within my profile picture. Click on the picture, then click it again. That'll take you right to a donation page. We've got links as well to my GoFundMe website. You can make a donation there. But whatever you do, make a donation now. You might as well anyhow. In the meanwhile, we're going to say peace out without a doubt with plenty of justice. Because peace without justice disgusts us. And after all is said and done, all we need to do is just go ahead and give a wave to Ms. Esther Owens. Hey there, Esther. We see you out there. We know you're the best. That's why they call you the Est. Peace out.